What's going on, guys? I'm back here again today to talk about something I'm excited about, and that is my G3K. So we're just going to do some shooting, and we're going to talk about the different stock options I have for this. And if you were thinking about different stocks for your G3 full size or G3K, whichever way you're going, we'll talk about sort of the pros and cons of collapsible and a fixed stock. I'm going with the classic collapsible stock because the G3K is made to be compact. So it's kind of silly to put a fixed stock on. But if that's the way you want to go, that's fine. I actually started with a fixed stock because they were less expensive than the retractable ones. This is a surplus stock, great condition, overall really great condition. I mean, there's hardly any real wear and tear on this thing. It looks great. So we're just gonna shoot them both, and I'll give you my impressions of sort of which one I like better for shooting. But if you want that classic look is retractable stock, and I just happen to throw on the bipod since it accepts the bipod. You know, likely I'll never really use it for any sort of bipod shooting, but I like the option, and I think it's cool to have it on there. So let's get started. Check this out. From where I was standing, that brass was ejecting probably a solid 7 yards away. I'm standing here, the brass went, there's a pile of it. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a pile of it all over here. That's crazy. So my impressions of this stock, you know, there's not a whole lot of surface area here on the butt pad. It does have the nice texturing here that adds in the grip, but I just feel like, and maybe it's just on my shoulder, but it wanted to kind of slide up a little bit, and maybe I wasn't holding it in tight enough, but it started to slide up, and since there's not much there, I almost ran the risk of it not being shouldered, and then the next thing you know, my face is going to slam into the rear of the gun. And that's not good. It was close to happening, actually. Overall look, though, I mean, it looks great. Can't beat the classic look. I've heard people say that this texturing, since it's more aggressive type texturing, it really digs into your shoulder. I didn't feel that. I didn't get that. But it could be for some. Let's see what I'm saying here. This roundedness really wants to slide off your shoulder. There's not a lot there. So I have to keep it a little low, lower than probably you'd want to, because otherwise it's coming up. If you can get it in maybe a little more on your chest. So let's talk about this designation here in this configuration. Technically this would be, by German standards, a G3K A4. A4 meaning retractable stock. The US sort of simplified things, and you know a fixed stock as an A2 and a collapsible stock as an A3. German fixed stock as an A3, collapsible A4. So technically this rifle, I'm considering this optics ready because it is a pick rail. They have different designations for every little upgrade, different letter designations. So technically this would be a G3K A4Z. A Z is the designation for optic ready. Technically, US standards, this would be a G3K A3, German G3K A4. The base rifle is a PTR K3P. So it came as a pistol with just an end cap on the back, and I SBR'd it to get it to look like this because you got to have that classic G3K. I don't have a full-size G3, but I figured I got to get a G3K in before the paperwork changed last July. So I did that. And I gotta give a little credit to another YouTuber on here, 556 channel, I believe is his name. I can't remember if I saw it on his channel first or I saw the gun on Atlantic Firearms first and then searched it, either way. But he did the same thing. He got the K3P pistol and SBR'd it and put the fixed stock on. So that's the route I went. One, because the fixed stock is cheaper and it was cool looking and I just had to do it. So started off with the A3 stock or A2 stock and then went ahead and bought this from HK Parts. All parts you've seen have been from HK Parts, extended charging handle, and both butt stocks I purchased from HK Parts. The only thing not purchased from HK Parts is the bipod. They weren't in stock at the time. Let's take a few more shots in the A4 configuration. So let's put the fixed stock on. We'll shoot that one and we'll talk about that one. All right, so here it is with the fixed stock. I think it still holds that classic look. You're just getting more surface area here. Definitely more comfortable in the shoulder. Length of pull is the same. So it's the same length extended. You're just getting more here. And since it's curved concave, you're getting a better purchase in your shoulder. I think the fixed stock is going to be more for if you're a shooter all the time, or you're going to go out and shoot PTR all the time. I think fixed stock would be the way to go. The retractable, I think, is more for the look, the classic look. Photos, if you're into the Instagram game, I think that looks better in pictures than this. But either way, I mean, it both looks sexy. Let's shoot this one. I'll tell you, man, there's just something about a 308 in a classic HK clone replica configuration. It just puts a smile on your face. I mean, the sound of the 308 out of the short 12-inch barrel here, it's just thumping. It just has a thump to it. Thump, 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 thump. It's cool, man. So, quickly, the only other upgrade I did to this, if you would consider it an upgrade of a bipod, would be the extended charging handle. Now, the one that it comes with is just a small metal charging handle. It's not great. So what I did was I got the extended charging handle, this also from HK Parts. Now, for this, on this gun, I don't know if this was a PTR thing that happened, but I had to do a little modification. Not sure how that's going to get picked up there, but if you can see, I had to take some material off right here along this side, and I had to do that because, well, I didn't have to do it, but what was happening was when it was down, it didn't want to lay flush against the handguard. It had just a little bit of a raise to it. It probably looked maybe like that. And sure, that could have aided more in getting it open, but I'm particular and I wanted it to lay flat up against the handguard. Now again, that could have been a PTR thing. Maybe this handguard, I don't know, slightly out of spec. So this didn't want to lay flat because this extended charging handle is supposed to fit this, but I believe it was made for the HK 33. This is the 33 extended charging handle. But they work on G3 platforms, HK 91 platforms. Impressions on the fixed stock, feels a lot better to shoot. There's really no two ways about it. It felt a lot better to shoot, more comfortable. Both ways I feel like they both look awesome, but if you're going for shootability, this one feels better. Feels better on the cheek, feels better in the shoulder. The other one didn't feel bad with the metal across my cheek, but I felt it. I kept feeling it starting to rise up my shoulder a little bit, and it was slipping. That could have been me needing to adjust to how it shoots with that stock on. But I felt like if I put it too far down in my shoulder, it was, you know, almost borderline chest, and then next thing you know, I gotta hunker down a lot further. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit up HK Parts for anything HK related. Alright, see you.